Mikey wakes with a smile each day. With Suzanne by his side, you say, you're the light in my heart that stays. Two feline friends, one name or pie. With deja vu, they never say goodbye. Gather around and feel alive. Oh, Mikey loves his sweet Suzanne. Every day makes him a better man. He's living free with moon pie and deja vu. Mikey loves and his love is true. In the evening glow, they sit close with the purring cats. Life heartily grows. Cherish moments under starry skies. Mikey does feel love never lies. With Suzanne, moon pie and deja vu, each day begins anew. Dreams chase through. Oh, Mikey loves his sweet Suzanne. Every day makes him a better man. He's living free with moon pie and deja vu. Mikey loves and his love is true. In this world they carve their own way, holding tight, come what may. Together they dance, hearts so light. Love echoes in the night. Oh, Mikey loves his sweet Suzanne. Every day makes him a better man. He's living free with moon pie and deja vu. Mikey loves and his love is true.
Okay, everybody, hello and welcome to our Star Trek Renegades. Star Trek Renegades. I'm sorry about that. Okay, again, welcome everyone to our Star Trek Renegades fan film that we tried to do 2 weeks ago, but we somehow had caught a severe flu between myself, my wife, and practically this whole building we're in. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just typing a message here to our friend Anchorman, and then I'll tell him I'll see him for Kenobi next Saturday. So, there we go. Okay, so everyone here, I wanted to welcome you to our Star Trek Renegades fan film review. Make yourselves at home, and remember, please be civil in the chat this afternoon to everybody. Okay, no racism, no politics, nothing. We're just going to talk about the fan film itself, Renegades. I do have it posted some information there from IMDb, which is up there in my other window, and I'll get to that eventually. That's some background info on it. Okay. And we did start 2 minutes early so we could play the intro song and then also play the Gorilla song that he gave us, which is a very beautiful song. I love that song. And once again, Gorilla Censored Thoughts, thank you so much for that beautiful song. That means a lot to us, especially now with, just after Valentine's Day and everything. So, and right now it is snowing crazily outside. We're supposed to get up to 4 feet of snow. Feet, I said feet of snow. And my wife is out there right now. Of course, here in the background, beautiful moon pie, of course, mentioned in the song. And over in the bed, we've got Miss Deja Vu. So, and welcome, Scott. Anchorman, he's also known as By. He says, sorry, I can't make it, but just prefer to do the Star Wars one. No worries, sir. We are doing Star Wars fan film Kenobi next week. Same bad time, same bad channel here at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the MikeySuzeFour YouTube channel. So, Anchorman, I will look forward to seeing you next Saturday for Kenobi. Now, on Wednesday, this next Wednesday, I will send you a copy of the Kenobi movie, and then you guys can go watch it. You and Elijah and Daniel T. and Jay Aldridge. So, and hopefully we'll get to see either of those gentlemen today If not, that's totally fine. I have no worries. But thank you, Scott. And I did tell him, okay, Scott, thank you for your past help, and I'll see him for Kenobi next Saturday. And I'll see you for Kenobi, sir. So thank you. But I appreciate you coming in, respecting the algorithm, and adding a like if you did. Don't forget, remember to add a like, subscribe to our channel. We're only 10 away from 250. And also don't forget to share this with your family and friends and acquaintances, as well as don't forget, when you do subscribe, make sure you hit the all notifications bell, the ding, 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 so that you know when our next future fan film review, which will be next week, next Saturday, and when our next holiday special streams come up, or when we have the weekly webcam series, which does return next Monday on the 17th. And I'll mention what's going to happen that day too. We do have a special live stream we're going to do at 7 p.m. Eastern time on that day. So anyway. Okay. So today we're going to talk about Renegades. And then for a brief few moments, we will talk about the brand new Captain America Brave New World with Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford, which just came out last night. And for Valentine's Day, all we're going to do is just tell you what our grade was, what we thought of it briefly. No spoilers. We're not going to do that to you guys and gals. You're going to have to go watch it for yourself. Yeah. And then we'll give you our grade. So yeah, it was actually very good. I mean, it wasn't great, right? It's not like a Oscar material, but it was very well done. And I think that the DC and the MCU are starting to wake up a little bit, not being woke, but waking up a little bit and trying to try new things, trying to bring stories together. So that's kind of what it's like. I mean, it's kind of a fun thing like that. So, and we do have one watcher. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so let's get to Renegades here. This was set in 2015. Now, I want to mention something before I go into the info here. We've already done Of Gods and Men. Today we're doing Renegades. In 2 weeks, after next week when we do Kenobi, which will be on the 22nd, then on the following Saturday, which is March 1st, we're going to be doing Star Trek Requiem. Now, Requiem is the second and sequel fan film to Renegades. And I thought about it for a moment. I looked back over the movie we reviewed, Of Gods and Men, and this one, which was directed by Tim Russ. And then the third one, Requiem, is directed by none other than Walter Koenig, who played Chekhov, but Tim Russ assisted. So, and that came out in 2017. So I like to think that Of Gods and Men, Renegades, and Requiem are all like a trilogy. They are. They're like a mini trilogy. And they're very cool. And they were very well done. And because it's stars that are involved, not just that it's a regular fan, who's, their love and support for a franchise they dearly enjoy, is where they make a great fan film, which Kenobi is going to be like next week when we do the Star Wars fan film there. But what I'm trying to say is that these movies were all fan films were all done well, and they were done with the best of intentions, and they could be considered canon. I know they're not yet, because I know that most of these fan films have been just disregarded, and they don't think of them as a proper introduction to some people who may not know a lot about Trek. There might be a lot of people that are in the cave, so to speak, and just don't know about Star Trek. But if they watched some of these fan films, I know they would enjoy them and think of them as being a part of the Star Trek universe. Now, according to Renegades, yeah, there we go. Okay, so according to Renegades, It is set a decade after Voyager got back to Earth. And it's a ragtag crew of renegades and outcasts. They must covertly work with Admiral Chekhov and Ambassador Tuvok to stop forces threatening the Federation from outside and within. And Sky Douglas Conway, Jack Trevino, and Ethan H. Kalk all created it. The stars, of course, were Walter Koenig, Adrian Wilkinson, and Manu Intiraymi, who also played Icheb on the Voyager series. And they stand out. So this is basically the pilot. It came out. Oh, there's my wife. Hi, sweetie. I just got started. Nobody's with me, so. A group of renegades and outcasts, right, are brought together to stop a hostile alien race. That's the pilot that we're talking about today. And that came out Saturday, August 1st, 2015. And then the other one, the Requiem, which we'll be doing in 2 weeks, is where they got back together. The Admiral got back with Lexa Singh, who Adrian Wilkinson plays. So, yeah, both of these are done really, really well. Okay. And, of course, don't forget, Ragnar was played by Gary Graham, and Captain Alvarez was played by Corin Nemec, and Corin Nemec's been in a lot of things too. So, yeah, it's very cool, very cool. I'm glad you made it home safe, babe. Okay, so, alrighty, so we got 2 people watching. Very cool, very cool. All right, so let's just go over some brief facts here and see what we have. And then we'll take a look at Adrian Wilkinson, see if she's still working. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to read from some of the background information until we get one of our general panelists, if they can make it, to come up here and help out. Okay, according to Star Trek canon, Pavel Chekhov was born in 2245. This movie takes place 10 years after the USS Voyager returned to Earth from the Delta Quadrant. Voyager returned in 2378, according to Star Trek canon. So this would make it 2388. So this would place Chekhov's age at approximately 143 years old. And there's a quote that Lexa Singh recites. It's from a poem, Invictus, by William Ernest Henley. Captain Alvarez is the captain of the USS Archer, which is named after Commander Jonathan Archer, who was captain of the first interstellar ship Enterprise. According to Star Trek canon, as well as Star Trek Voyager from 95 and Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country from 91, Tuvok was born in the year 2254, which would make him 124 years old at the time setting of this film in 2388. Star Trek Renegades is a series of fan films which is a spin-off of the original Star Trek TV series, and it takes place after the Voyager series. And the series follows the adventures of a crew of renegades by Lexa Singh, whom is the direct descendant of Khan Noonien Singh. And Moordenaar is the Dutch word for killer. Yeah. And Edward Furlong, who's also in this episode, he was best known for his role in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. In this film, he becomes one of several Terminator veterans to appear in a Star Trek project. The original film featured Paul Winfield from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. The second featured Jeanette Goldstein from Star Trek Generations. That film also featured Thomas Decker, who played John Connor in the Sarah Connor Chronicles. In Terminator Salvation, John's father, Kyle Reese, is played by Anton Yelchin, who played Chekhov in Star Trek Into Darkness. No star date is given at any point in the episode, merely that it is set in the year 2388. Since it's set in the original Star Trek timeline and 10 years after Star Trek Voyager, the appropriate star date would be somewhere in between star dates 65,000 and 66,000. At 2007, Gary Graham Ragnar says, "Never turn your back on a Breen." This is a quote from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. episode by Inferno's Light was said by an unnamed Romulan prisoner who was played by Carrie Stauber. And this is Terry Farrell's first acting credit since 2003. So very cool. And there's Hakeem. Hi, Hakeem. Thank you for the drink, honey. I love you. Oh, look at the beautiful. Sweets for later. Oh, this is mine too. Yes, men's quality. Thank you. Yes, I'll keep that down here. Yeah, we got some snacks. Snacks. Isn't that cute? And now that it's after Valentine's Day, ta-da! Look at that. That's so beautiful. That's my wife, everybody. She is a beautiful human being. Very sweet. Anyway, Hakeem says, hey, Mikey, it's good to see you. I watched this film for the first time a few weeks ago, and it was so good. Yes, sir. It is fantastic. Now, if you get a chance, Hakeem, go watch Star Trek The Requiem. That is the sequel to Renegades. Came out in 2017. And it was directed both by Koenig and Russ. It was done really well. So check it out. It's the sequel. Yeah. And Hakeem said, hey to Anchorman. Anchorman was only in for a little bit there, Hakeem. He's going to do Kenobi with us next week. So, and hello, Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. Hello, sweetie. Good to see you from me and Suzanne. Hope you had a great Valentine's Day, hon. Hope everything went well for you yesterday. Really good to see you. All right, there we go. And yeah, Hakeem says that's so sweet. It is. See, and I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt early. You know, it's for next week for Kenobi. I'm going to wear this next week, but I know it's too early. I'm doing Star Trek and, Fanfilm, and here I am wearing Star Wars. Okay. But it's cool, right? It's impressive, right? Take a look. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, it's a great shirt. And hello to Gorilla Censored Thoughts. Kapla. Kapla, Gorilla. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you in the chat there. And Hakeem says, hello to Gorilla Censored Thoughts and Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf. Oh, we have to do this. Ahoo! That's our Charlotte howl call. Sorry, I had to throw that in. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And when I was watching Renegades, and actually I think this was the 5th time I watched Renegades since it came out back in 2015. It always gets good every time I watch it. It seems to turn out better. And I do think it should be Star Trek canon, bar none. Definitely. I mean, it right after Voyager, 10 years, a decade, what is that? It should be definitely canon. And Requiem most definitely should be. And before that, way before that, when we did Of Gods and Men, definitely canon. Yeah, those were some great films, fan films that were done with Star Trek in mind, and they were done well. Better than all this, better than all of this new Trek. Anything that came out after Enterprise in 2005 with Bakula, in my honest opinion, is shit. I'll just say that one time. One word. That's it. Everything after 2005. Everything. Yeah. So, I mean, any of these fan films that I've been watching fervently, and I've been seeing them, and the Star Wars ones, by the way, those are done really well. But when you've got other series that try to imitate, try to duplicate and do it, they can't be done. They can't be done. None of them can be done right. And that's why I enjoy doing these fan films, because I want to give us the right kind of film that you folks should be seeing. You should be watching it more than you should be watching some of these other new Trek things. But hey, just me. Anyway, Gorilla says, hey, Hakeem. And of course, he also says, Lower Decks and Prodigy are good. I'm not saying that they're terribly crappy, Gorilla. All I'm saying is that Lower Decks and Prodigy could be better. Yeah, they are good. They're decent. I've seen some episodes. I won't lie. I have checked up on them on YouTube, some bits and pieces. So yes, they're not that bad. especially the interaction with Janeway, who is voiced by Kate Mulgrew. She comes back and revoices herself. So yes, those are done decently, but they're not the best. And I really enjoy when these fan films, and I see them, they're done with a lot of heart, soul, support, and love, and of course financial backing. A lot of people have backed them up with Patreon and so forth. So yeah, they're done pretty well. I do. I like them a lot. I'm partial. What can I say? And Akeem says, I have to watch the next film soon. I didn't even know there was another one. There is, yeah. It's called The Requiem. Requiem, I believe this house. Requiem, yes. 2017. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. It took a while for them to film it, but they finally have put it out. I think there was a release, it's more than 8 days now, but there was a release done, and it said it came from 2017, and they had just put it out. Yeah. So like I said, we're going to cover that in 2 more weeks. Yeah. Not this next Saturday, but the following Saturday. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and hello, Larry. Larry, how are you feeling, my friend? You feeling a lot better? I hope you are. Prayers up for Larry and his medical condition thing that he's going through right now. Kapla to you, sir. And here is Charlotte, one of her shorts that she just processed with her voice. Well, not necessarily her voice, but her lyrics and her songwriting. It's right there. Make sure you folks are checking that out. And make sure you also subscribe to everybody in the chat today. They all have wrenchies. Wrenchies! So they can go and, prop up their website and promote it and everything. So that would be awesome if you get a chance to do that. And Gorilla says, hey to Larry. Hakeem says, kapla, Larry. And Larry says, not a lot. Well, I hope you're feeling okay anyway, Larry. Don't you dare leave. I told you. We've been brothers and friends for almost 50 years. You do not dare to leave me. I won't leave you if you don't leave me, okay? We're good friends. So you stick around for a while, right, buddy? Don't give up. Just keep fighting and pushing, and prayers every day for you. You got lots of prayers. Don't forget. Mom and Dad are praying for you as Carmelite ministers. They're doing that every single day. And Larry says, hey, Gorilla and Baking. And hello to Hakeem. Fantastic. That's what I really do enjoy about you folks, being able to come on out and talk to each other. Now, there is one, there are no goofs, being that it is a fan film, but there is one song which came from this, and the lyrics are by William Ernest Henley. The music is by David Croco and it's Celia Scott, and it's performed by a group called Automatique Eden, and it's called Captain of My Soul. That is so cool. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the cast and crew. Okay, and Tim Ross said he did direct both episodes, but I know that executive producer that helped him on the second one, on the Requiem, was Walter Koenig. So, but that's so cool. Alrighty. And Gene Roddenberry, with his help, his past help, because I don't think he was alive back then yet, but 2015 when he did Renegades. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at Adrienne Wilkinson, who plays Lexa Singh. Okay, and Adrienne is an actress, producer, and director. And this blue-eyed beauty was born in Missouri. She started taking dance classes at the age of 2 and was performing in recitals and on stage almost immediately. Her pursuit of dance continued through high school with various dance classes and companies. While a senior in high school, she joined a theater troupe, and she had a showcase with casting directors led to Adrian being offered roles in 2 network series. In fact, these were her first 2 auditions, and by that time she had fallen in love with acting. And at her parents' request, she pursued a lot of different roles. And she was born September 1st, 1977. So this year, she'll be turning the ripe old age of 48. Not too bad for a young lady like this. Now, she, in the TV series Star Wars Rebels, she was the daughter, archive footage and so forth. She did 2 episodes of that in 2018. And of course, she did both Renegades and Requiem in 2015 and 2017 as Lexa Singh, respectively. She also was Mara's Brood in a video game. She voiced Star Wars The Force Unleashed from 2008. And this year, well, not this year, but 4 years ago, she was in the movie Dreamcatcher as Josephine in 2021. And she has 2 projects upcoming. One just completed called The Pragmatist, where she plays CIA agent Haley James. It's a TV series from 2019, and which was delayed by the C virus, and then just released was 2 episodes from 2021 called Sidetracked, and she plays a character named Jess in that. So, plus she's done a voice for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth back last year in 2024. So, Adrian Wilkinson has been very, very busy, I shall say. And let's see. Larry says, I'm trying. Well, keep trying, buddy. We're there for you. And that reminds me, I got 2 more songs to upload. Well, of course you do. Of course you do, Gorilla. Of course you do. Alrighty. Well, I don't see any of our other panels being able to make it today. I know Scott wants to do Kenobi. I think Elijah did say that he was going to wait till later to do Kenobi. So he may do that next week. I'm not sure about Brother Jay. He might be occupied right now with his beautiful girlfriend Renee. So that's totally fine with him. And I know that Daniel did his anime Outland yesterday. I couldn't make it because I was just really tired. I was exhausted. I told him on Facebook. But I will try to make it for his next one that he does next Friday night after we do season 4, episode 10 of the Waltons with Gorilla. So, okay, so let's just quickly go over what we've got coming up next. Oh, by the way, straight A+ for me on this Renegades and on Requiem in 2 weeks when we cover that. Yeah, 5 out of 5. It's fantastic. I really love Renegades. I've seen it so many times, and it's just beautiful. And I mean, it's, it sticks to canon. It's right there. Tim Russ, now I'm going to say something that I should say because this means a lot to me. I got to meet Tim Russ on the set briefly, very briefly, on the set of Highwayman way back in 87, 88 that I worked with Larry on, and the TV series. Was a very nice man back then. Now, recently, I know Tim Russ has made a lot of vicious comments about different things. He's outspoken. I get it. What I understand is that his performance when he becomes Tuvok, or when he gets on there, is great. It's just like when Leonard Nimoy was around, and he did Spock all those years. And you respected Leonard Nimoy, not just for the fact he played Spock, but that he could play other roles as well. Remember, he was in Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1977 with the late Donald Sutherland. You don't remember that, do you? Most people don't, but he was. And he was in a lot of other great films as well. And he still stayed friends with Shatner. I like to say it that way. Up until his passing. And of course, don't forget, he was also in the Jar Jar Abrams, thing. The reboot of Star Trek, and then he came back briefly for Star Trek, Into Darkness. So it was good to see Nimoy to appear in those. before he passed. So yeah, so I mean, just like that, Tim Russ will always be known as Tuvok. He'll always be known as that extra crewman that was on the Enterprise B from Star Trek Generations. You know, I mean, and he'll be known for these fan films, for Renegades and for the Requiem. Both are just done really well. So I just wanted to mention that quickly about Tim Russ. I really appreciate him as an artist, as a person, and I got to know him briefly. And I mean, that very nice person, very nice man, nice young man, and he's gone through a lot. Yeah, that's right, Gorilla. He's also in Spaceballs as the soldier who's out there combing with this big ass comb, right, on the dunes there, which, by the way, was filmed out near the dunes there in L.A., outside of Indio, where Joshua Tree Monument, all of that stuff is, near Yuma, Arizona. Yeah, same area. Gorilla says he's only known as the "we ain't found shit." Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I just did say that S word one more time. Sorry about that. But I had to respond to Gorilla there. And hello. Welcome, Travel with Lisa MH. Hello, Mikey in chat. Hello, Miss Lisa. Always a pleasure to see you. Welcome. And we're looking forward to our visit from you and your family in May this year, hopefully. So that'll be great. And I would love, like I said, if you're willing and able to do it, Lisa, we want to do a live stream so that we can all talk together and say, this is great that, fellow YouTube creators can meet in person and talk to each other. Okay. And Gorilla says, nope, one more sheep dip. Gotcha. And Lisa is saying, yep, thumbs up. And Gorilla says, hey, Lisa. And Travel with Lisa says, hey, Gorilla. So that's wonderful. Thank you, Lisa, for coming by. That's great. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So, okay. So let's tell you what we got coming up on the MikeySuzeFour channel. On Monday, of course, we're restarting after we got over our terrible flu, we're restarting our weekly webcam series with background information on each of the shows I do, which is Mondays, Red Dwarf, Tuesdays, TOS, Wednesday is Greatest American Hero, and Thursday, the A-Team. And then on Friday, I am dedicated to helping Gorilla, if I can, with his Walton's stream he does on Friday nights. I also am trying to be there for Daniel now when he does his anime also on Friday night. And now I'm also wanting to be there for Charlotte, Nightstar the Werewolf, when she does her podcast. And her other show that she's representing now, Twin Peaks with David Lynch. We're doing watch parties of every single episode, hopefully for the next, for that 2-year period they did it. Then there's Twin Peaks The Return. So we're all trying to put that out there so that people can get a better understanding and appreciation for one of the best shows on television done by the late David Lynch, rest in peace, which was Twin Peaks. So, and we did get to speak to Bob and Laura Antone. Charlotte, if you're still here, if you want to post that link to their podcast we did, yeah, there are 2 people that have lived there in the area. Their whole families, generations have lived there for over 100 years, and they know every little bit and piece and speck of land and things that are all around there. Some mysterious stuff that's going on, not just being that it was, all of that land in Washington State was part of Twin Peaks, but there's a lot of other things that are going on in that area that have been over time. So that is something we're all looking forward to as well. And yeah, Lisa says, yeah, maybe, Mikey, not confident on camera. Well, we can always just have you pop up and say hello. you know, we can go to a neutral meeting site and hang out. Maybe go have lunch or something, and we'll just take a picture and we'll say, "Hey, there's Lisa. Hi." Lisa says hi, and we say hi, and we could just do something. Yeah. So, but like I said, that's not till May. So let me know, Lisa, what works for you. And I know you do want to go see Larry also, which is much appreciated because he really does need a lot of friends around him right now. And that would be very helpful if you get a chance to pop out that way, out by Arizona or whatever, where he is. Or he might be in California. I don't know. He goes between the two states. So let him know what he's planning on doing. Maybe you could meet him midway through his trek on US Route 66 from Santa Monica Pier in California, in the LA area, all the way up to Chicago, Illinois. And I'm hoping that Larry is well enough that he can meet my friend, our friend, me and Suzanne's friend, PJ Destin, who's up there in Chicago. Wonderful African American actor, and he's a very good songwriter. He's very multi talented. So hopefully he gets a chance to see him. And okay, Lisa said, I think he said he would meet me in LA. That's fantastic. That's great. So, yeah, if he gets to meet you in LA, that's wonderful. Yeah, that would be wonderful if he could give us a picture of you. That'd be cool. Yeah. I would love to I'd love to see that if you do a live, if he does a live podcast or whatever. That'd be awesome. Cool. So let us know, Lisa, okay. That'd be great. Okay. So like I said, anyway, so the weekly webcam series will restart on Monday, February 17th. At 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, we will be doing a special holiday live stream celebrating Family Day here in Canada, as well as some post-Valentine Day festivities. So please make sure that you can try to make it to our stream on Monday afternoon and evening. That will be most appreciated. It's going to be very fun. I mean, we're just going to talk about family experiences. We're going to be talking about what we did for Valentine's, either this past Friday or in the past other Valentine's days we all celebrated. It's just going to be a fun family get together. So make sure you check that out for this coming Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That'd be great. And Gorilla says, make sure if you go to LA to bring your muck boots for all the poop in the streets. yeah, well, that's you, Gorilla, in a nutshell. But I love you, brother. Yeah, so just be careful where you walk. Yeah, it's unfortunate. A lot of homeless lately. Yeah, it is. It's kind of sad. Anyway, so the rest of this month, like I said, on February 22nd, at this same exact time, 1 p.m. Eastern, we will cover the Star Wars fan film Kenobi. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll do that next Saturday. And then on March 1st, we'll cover the Star Trek fan film, The Requiem. And what we'll do is when Lent starts, I had to think of one thing to give up, so I will give up my Saturdays and hold off on the fan films for the franchises until Lent is over, until Easter comes. But I will still do the weekly webcam series. I have a lot to catch up on, and I'm trying to get through The Greatest American Heroes Season 3, because there was only 3 seasons for that. And then that way I can proceed on to Get Smart. And Get Smart was by all of your requests. Now this summer we're planning on mystery shows. We're going to do random choices on Friday afternoons. We'll do 1 week we'll do In Search Of. 1 week we'll do Fact or Fiction Beyond. Beyond Fact or Fiction. We'll do Ancient Aliens. We'll do Unsolved Mysteries. We'll just do different things at different times. And we'll just bring up briefly the episode, if we find it on YouTube, to introduce it to you all so that you can find it and then go and see it yourself. So that's coming up this summer. Haven't decided what time yet, but hopefully I can do it. And then, of course, the other thing I was going to mention, Larry does his Avengers. We're trying to be there. I'm trying to be there for every episode. He does a watch party. And also, I'm trying to do other things. And here is Sci-Fi Sif Daniel. Hi, Sci-Fi Sif Dan. How you doing?
Hello, Mikey. I'm doing well.
Yeah, you're not dead yet?
Yeah, I'm not dead yet. I decided to stop by. You said you guys start around 1 o'clock your time, which is about 9 o'clock my time. I usually sleep in until about 10 or 10:30, though.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine.
I haven't tried to. Yeah, I haven't tried to say much. There really isn't a lot of information about, obviously, because it's a fan film. So there isn't much of information on there, considering. But I did want to ask, because I love having you up here as co-host too. I did want your opinion. When you did see Renegades for the first time, what'd you think? What was your opinion, and what was the grade that you would have given on it?
Well, after watching it roughly a week ago, it was my second time watching it. I'll give it a solid B.
Solid B. That sounds about right. I gave it a solid A because I really enjoy it. I think it's great. Done after Voyager came back, and and Tuvok's now head of he's an ambassador, and Chekhov's head of security, and I mean it's kind of cool. Yeah, I guess if you want to think about it, Chekhov technically could be working for Section 31. Of course, that movie didn't do so well with Michelle.
Well, tell me, from what you know about Chekhov's character, given if he's still alive, what role do you think he'll fit better in?
Like, you mean? Well, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but when we review the Requiem, which is the sequel to Renegades, something happens to him. I won't say what, but I don't want to ruin that for people. They can get a chance to watch it.
I've seen the movie with you, Mikey, but I'm just theorizing here. What do you think his role in the Star Trek Renegades was correct for his character, or do you think you saw him in a different role in Starfleet or the Federation?
I think it was I think it was appropriate for him being ahead of a Starfleet security. I thought and like we said, technically Section 31, if you want to think of it that far. I think that because he did come from the original Enterprise, and he's grown up so much. I mean, we watched our eyes. We watched Chekhov. Well, basically Walter Koenig grow up from where he was just a young guy, and he's this older guy now, more seasoned, more well aware. He knows that there's conspiracies everywhere, and he's actually right. Things that are going on. I like where he's at. I like his role. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I found out how they finally toned down his overzealous Russian nationalism from the original series. Like, everything was written by Russia. Yes, Russia.
Yeah, they toned that down radically. I think that was Walter's personal choice. Though, of course, I think that Tim Russ, if you want to be honest, might have had something to say about that too. So maybe. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I try to avoid the topic, but I'll just go ahead and say it since, given certain leanings of the cast, I would not be surprised if he told them to tone that down.
Yeah, that's true. And just to catch up here quickly, I really love seeing you, Dan. Thank you for being here. Gorilla says, "You think I'm joking? He's joking about pooping in the streets, and you have to wear muck boots."
Well, don't worry.
Gorilla.
Don't worry. We got Los Angeles and San Francisco, and Gorilla has Murdernapolis up in his state.
Murdernapolis, and he's also got and he's got St. Pauli, St. Pauli Pavilion, whatever. And then Lisa's laughing. He says, "Gorilla, it wasn't that bad. I stay away from the sketchy areas." See, she knows better. she's well seasoned. She lives in the UK, for Christ's sake. She knows about bad people there and bad areas as well. You don't think she's going to...
Every country and city has its bad areas.
Absolutely. London definitely does. It does. It has very bad areas there. But I know that Lisa can navigate it very well. She's very...
So you're saying,
she seems
Lisa,
very...
So you're saying Lisa is a very proper British lady, you say? Very proper and British, aren't you?
She's a proper lady, you know.
That's why I had a terrible British accent around 50 minutes.
Yeah, right, exactly. She says headed off for a shower later. Ooh, okay, Lisa. Well, have a great shower. Have a great day, young lady. And, hail to the king. That's what we have to say. We're in Canada. King Charles III. So, hail to the king. And Kimmy Kib. Hey, Kimmy K. Hey, Mikey. Welcome. Welcome, me and Dan here. Thank you, Kimmy, for appearing. Larry does say, yes, I'll be meeting Lisa in LA. That's awesome, Larry. I hope you can do a little live streaming, a little podcast, saying hello to Lisa and hang out and whatever. We can ask questions, and stuff like we did with Sam Jones. That would be a lot of fun. Gorilla says there is no non-sketchy areas in LA. Now, does Gorilla know this by personal experience? Has he ever been to LA? Has he ever been to San Francisco? I don't think so. Or even San Diego. You forgot to mention the third people down there in the south. Way south. You forgot those San Diegans, So, I don't know if you've personally ever been to those cities, Gorilla. You can't be a fair judge until you actually go there and walk the streets. And I did, so.
Yeah, but I will say this, given how Gorilla is an urban boy at heart, if he travels to a large city, he would go, oh my god, so many people, I better get out my pop gun and go, bam, 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 oh, I killed, I unalive about 90% of them, now I feel more safe and secure.
Yeah. And remember, YouTube, we don't condone violence, so. Pop gun is not dangerous, It's just like going after people, with those prop guns that have those what do you call it, the slime in them or whatever thing. Those type of the fun little hunts they do. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right, Dan?
You mean the toy gun pop corkers? You mean?
Yeah, like those, or the ones where they shoot paintball, the paintball matches they do, stuff like that. Yeah, and I knew it was you, Kimmy. Yeah, it's Kimmy Kim. Just had to change around. Yeah, no worries. LMAO, gotcha. And let's see. Larry says I agree with Gorilla, and it's very bad. Well, I know, Larry. You've had a lot more experience. You've lived there longer. You've been around people more. I totally understand that. I do. And it is not a pretty picture right now. It's very sad. But you put Trump into office the second time. And we'll see what he can do. He's got to take care of the home front. Gorilla says, I got banned from California. You did? Oh, come on. Was that your doing, Daniel? Come on, you tell me.
Well, a gorilla in California. Well, it may be a nice fit.
Yeah, but he said he got banned. I don't know. Interesting. So he cannot walk across the border into California anywhere, because then he'll get booted out on his bum. Oh wait, LDG's boot's already there in his bum.
Yeah, and his boot is turned to gold now.
Oh, it's gold brass. Absolutely. It is. It's a monument now, Gorilla. We love you, buddy. Kimmy Kim says, hey, everyone. She's waving. Gorilla says, tell that to Maud Flanders. Oh, yeah, right. And Larry has went ahead and put up his link to his channel there. Make sure you do check out his channel. He's got some great content. He takes trips all around the state of Arizona, some parts of California. He's been to New Mexico. And like we said, in the spring later, he's going to be planning a great trip across the country from Santa Monica, California at the pier all the way to downtown Chicago, Illinois by way of what we call Route 66, where you get your kicks off of. So
really, he's going to Illinois. Man, he better get his body armor and weapons ready.
Yeah, well, when he crosses over into the city, yeah, my buddy there, PJ, my brother there, he says, "Oh yeah, you better be ready. Put on a few flak jackets, yeah, just to be careful." Kimmy says, "Be yourself. I gave you a follow." Oh, very cool. Thank you, Kimmy. I appreciate you doing that. Yeah. Yeah, Gorilla says he needs a tail gun. Yeah. Okay. So Daniel gave it a solid B. I gave it a solid A for Renegades. I think it was a very well done. It should be canon. In fact, I think Gene Roddenberry's son did say, Eugene Jr. did say that he wanted it to be canon, and he's officially accepted it that way through the Roddenberry Foundation. So every time you see those type of film like that, not other people's, other person's dedicated ones, but the ones that do involve actual characters from different Star Trek series like DS9, Voyager, and so on, those should be officially considered canon. They really should.
Mikey, tell me, do you think the Second 31 element ruined Star Trek, or do you think it kind of added more lore depth to the universe? Because from fans, or from what I see from modern Trek, they took a lot from DS9, and they took the Second 31 part, and they went deep on dark, and they did not do a covert operation like a Section 31 is, or however you call those type of agencies that bend the rules or operate outside the law to so-called greater good organizations.
Right. Oh, I think they took a lot from that. They really did. I want to say that, in my opinion, I want to say that what basically Admiral Chekhov, because he is an admiral, and he deals with the other admiral that appeared from Voyager, and then that admiral, spoilers, but he got killed, and he was Tom Paris's dad, Admiral Paris, and he was friends with Chekhov, and I like those relationships, but then to see Paris die, inadvertently, and that was unnecessary, but he did because it was big. He was part of a bigger conspiracy. So I think that's why I enjoyed those relationships. And of course, Tuvok trying to be the voice of reason in this, as Ambassador Tuvok, I think it says a lot.
I would say Tom Paris's dad was not directly involved. He was probably indirectly involved, and he was just a casualty of war. He was.
Yeah. Yes, he was. I do agree with that. And I just want to see. Yeah, I got Kimmy K. All right. Awesome. Yeah. So next week, next Saturday, Sifdan, we'll be covering Star Wars fan film Kenobi. It's about a 20-minute, between a 15 and 20-minute short, but it's done really well, I think. I've seen it once. I'm going to go watch it again. I will send you a copy of it on Wednesday, so it gives you a couple days. I know that Elijah and Scott, even though they couldn't make it today, they do want to be with us next week, so that'll be cool. We'll talk about Kenobi. Jay Aldrich, I think, is preoccupied today, but that's okay. He's got real life stuff to go through too, so just like Larry does. And Larry says, "Sorry on the phone, Mike." Okay, that's fine. Well, we're almost done, Larry. Don't worry about it. It's totally cool. Okay, so you've heard me and Sci-Fi Sifdan's each of our grades, but I want to ask you a question, Dan. I know you've seen a bunch of fan films. Am I correct? Probably a lot of Star Wars ones, a few Star Trek ones, like you said.
I've seen a few, but not all of them.
Yeah, not all of them, right? And we'll try to cover them all eventually. But I want to ask you personally, is there a Star Trek or a Star Wars fan film that stands out to you? I really haven't found mine yet that stands out, even though I do think of Gods and Men was done really, really well with the Guardian of Forever and everything. I think that was pretty cool.
For the Star Wars films, the few I've seen, the one that stands out for me was this fan film created by a Star Wars fan called Star Wars Theory. He did a Vader episode 1 called The Shards of Vader, or The Shards of the Past, I think it's called. And that focuses on Vader in the early days of the Galactic Empire.
Okay, because you know what we could do, Sif Dan, is, like I said, next week we'll do Kenobi, and then the following week we'll do Requiem. But how about we go ahead and do Darth Shards of Vader? Let's do that one for the next Star Wars fan film review.
That'll be good, because, well, that one has a special place in my heart since, spoilers alert, you probably know this, Mikey, already, but Darth Vader is my favorite character. He is. He
is, yes. Well, I told you, the one Vader film I also want to do besides that is the crossover between, it fills the perfect gap between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And that was the one that we did we do that one already? I don't know if we did that one already. Yes, we did. That was the one where he goes to the planet, kills a few people, and then he's there and he sees the Jedi Temple, and it caused him to rethink his priority about his son, Luke, who, realizes that if he can team up with him, they can overthrow the Emperor and everything. And that was Pulling to Vader. That was a very good one. I really like that one.
Yes, I will say this. Some fan films are good quality, others not so good, and others are just trash. It depends how much the fans put into their project.
Much. Yeah, so we can do, I said we'll do Kenobi next week. And then 2 weeks from then, we'll do the Shards of Vader. And you said that was from Star Wars Theory, right? That was the name of the channel?
Yes, I could put a link for you in the private chat. Let's see.
Sure, if you want to. That'd be great. Yeah, I'll look for it. Definitely. Yeah, that would be good. We could do that in a couple weeks. And since it's your personal favorite, and I can let you host it for sure and talk about it, and I can help you out. So, yeah, that would be great. But that'd be wonderful. In a couple of weeks, we can do that. Okay, so as Gorilla likes to perfectly say, let's close this up at like a girl at prom after midnight. Sif Dan, if you want to go ahead and promote your channel. Here we go. Go ahead there, Sif Dan, promote your channel.
All right. Hello, everyone. Sci-Fi Sif Dan here. I usually cover different sci-fi TV shows or movies. I do crossover ideas too through my YouTube channel. You can scroll down my YouTube channel, Sci-Fi Sif Dan. Hopefully my channel will pop up for you guys. And I do my Dark Matter 2015 TV show reviews on Wednesdays, usually at 5:30 between 5:30 or 8, depending what time my co-host is available to join in. And I do my live streams. I may restart them on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I do upload a new video on my primary channel, which is this one, at the beginning of the next week, or the last day of the previous week. And I do have a second channel called Alt World Sorcerer Dan. On that one, I cover different types of Japanese anime. Mainly, I focus on Japanese Transport to Another World, Isekai, or Reincarnate, which is Isekai for Japanese. Those are good series depending on which ones you watch. Sometimes they vary from very good, okay, to not so good to crap. I have 3 good ones that I like. They're Overlord, Rising of the Shield Hero, and Slime mainly. Currently I'm doing a review of Overlord on that channel, and since that series is done, I may move on to the next one. But I do reviews on that channel usually on Fridays on 8 p.m. after usually Gorilla Censored Thoughts and Walton streams, and I do crossover streams with Gorilla's Random Thoughts and Resolute Germ if they will allow it. They usually do. They're usually very kind for that. And to all of us here on the panel, every new Watchman and Watch Hour encourages us to make more content for you guys, as well as hopefully make a few dollars off YouTube besides our day jobs. Until next time, have a good day, everyone. I'll turn it over to Mikey to give his quick promotion.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Sif Dan. I'm sorry. I'm glad I muted myself. I was having some problems. Still trying to get over the last lingering effects of the flu, but hopefully...
Well, go ahead and take your nose medicine then.
Nose medicine. I don't want to look silly. I don't have nose medicine, but I don't need it. It's okay. I'm good. And before I do, let me just catch up here with the chat. Gorilla says, "Get it right. Let's wrap this up like a kid on prom night." Oh yeah, gotta wrap it up with the big rubber. Woohoo! Yeah. Travel with Lisa says, "I'm back. Welcome back, Lisa." And she says hello to Larry. And Larry says, "Can't wait to see you next month." Yes, that'd be awesome. That'd be really cool, Lisa. If you do get a chance to visit Larry, that would be awesome. And we would love to see it. If you guys can post a podcast, that would be great. We'd love that.
Well, Mikey, if Gorilla used the rubber correctly, he wouldn't have 2 kids to pay alimony to.
Exactly. He was turned on, and he didn't want to use his protection. That's okay, Larry. It's all right. It's okay.
And I know Gorilla is gonna get me back at me for that in the chat in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he's got plenty of things planned for you, Dan. Hey, that's our brother. That's what he does. Yeah, he's visiting me. Oh, he's visiting you, Lisa. Very cool. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. All right, as for me, as I said, next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we will be discussing the holiday known as Family Day here in Canada, as well as giving you folks some post-Valentine's Day memories. It is all about a family gathering, so hopefully everyone can come together and tell us about their past experiences and things they'd like to do. And I'll try to get as many panels up here as possible for that day if I can, so they can talk about their past Valentine's Day and things. I did mention earlier, Sci-Fi Stuff Dan, I didn't know if you caught it, but Suzanne and I were able and blessed to go see Captain America Brave New World yesterday with Harrison Ford and Anthony Mackie playing Captain America, and it was done very well. I would say not quite a Oscar material, but we gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So we gave it a solid B. We thought it was done really well. And there is a post-credits end sequence. So make sure you stay after you watch the credits, because it's going to lead right to Avengers Secret Wars. It's going to mention it. Yeah. There'll be a character that's in there. He's in a prison cell. I won't say who it is, but he came from past Hulk movies, which featured William Hurt as Ross. But when William Hurt passed away, unfortunately, a few years ago, that's when Harrison Ford took over the role. They do also, won't tell you when, but they do bring back Liv Tyler as Betty Ross. So I'm just saying, for me and Suzanne, it basically encompassed the entire Incredible Hulk universe, from Edward Norton to Christian Bale to Mark Ruffalo, all of it. It closed everything. It did. And all you have to know is that Red Hulk will exist, and he's going to be available to fight in Avengers Secret Wars. later in the future whenever Kevin Feige decides to pull that off. So just know that is going to be mentioned in the film. I want you folks to be ready for that. It's going to be fun. It is. There's a lot of great action too, and you get to see the White House blown up. Yay!
Well, Mikey, I will say this.
I was like, yes.
Well, to not be a downer, Mikey, to you, but given how low of an interest the MCU is now, given to about 5 years of flops, I it may not happen, but you're always somewhat of an optimist.
I try to be an optimist like our other Daniel. Well, you know Daniel's Hot Topics. He likes to be an eternal optimist. I try to be a partial optimist. I realize that some things may not work out the way they're supposed to, as far as like the planning of the story and everything. But I did really, but Suzanne and I really did like this film. We really did, and I thought it was done well. So, but of course, that's just our opinions. I know other people think it's nothing good, and Mackey's a piece of crap, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, whatever you want to think, okay? All I care about is letting you know what we thought about it without giving spoilers, because I know you folks would like to see it to at least get an idea. So, yeah. And, oh, wow, look how the chat's exploded. Let me go through this real quick, Dan. Gorilla says it's not alimony. Okay, first of all, before you start quoting words, Gorilla, you spell. Alimony is Alimony, you silly monkey. It's child support, and alimony is when the biatch has a better lawyer. Well, I don't know if that's eternally true, but you better learn how to spell, Brother Gorilla. Just saying. Lisa says, looking forward to it, Larry. I'm sorry.
He is a gorilla. He's not necessarily the best speller.
That's right. He's not a spell checker freak show like me. Yeah. There you go. That's why you're in the cage. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Lisa says, looking forward to it, Larry. Do you still have my email address, Larry? I hope he does. And he says, yes, I sure do, Lisa. And Lisa says, Larry, that's fabulous because I'm off Instagram for a little while. Okay. Well, I'm not sure why, but all right. And Larry says, I'm sorry to hear that, Lisa. And Gorilla says, damn it, you spoiled it because I was under the pressure Red Hulk was going to die.
Uh-oh.
I never inferred that, Gorilla. I told you I don't want to give you too many spoilers. You need to go see it yourself. You're going to enjoy it. It's great. It's wonderful.
And Mikey, you just turned Gorilla's sensor thought to Gorilla's Hulk thoughts.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay. Well, let's just highlight that last comment there. He says, kiss my ass. Alrighty. And there is Charlotte Nightstar, the Werewolves Patreon. My Patreon, there at Patreon C. M. Tennyson. Oh, cool. All right, great, Charlotte. So thank you. We'll put that up there for you, lady. We'll post that so that everybody can get a chance to look at your addresses again. And let me also highlight Larry's channel there so that we can get that down. And then Gorilla says, I'm not going to pay to see a guy who hates America play a guy called Captain America. Well, I'm sorry, Gorilla. Personal opinions shouldn't really get some people upset at other people. He has the right to speak just like anybody else does. He did an okay job as Captain America. He didn't do it better than Chris Evans did it for all those other films, but that's okay. With that being said, we enjoyed it. It was good action. I thought it was fun. So, and there is Sif Dan saying hello. I want to make sure we got you there, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was retesting the comments because I've been trying to put in the links to my two channels, but for some reason it's not working.
Oh, that's weird. Because I do have you. I have you as a full. Yeah. Let me go to the. Give me a moment. I'll take a look at it here on YouTube and see, because I'm pretty sure I've got you as a. As one of the.
And to Gorilla's second to last comment, Gorilla, if we try to kiss your butt, we may get a few hairs on in our mouths, or we may have to give you a nice personal shave.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but then again, if we all did that, then you'll get more action in a year than we do in a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah, Sif Dan, I'm not sure why you're weird. Yeah, you're not showing up in the YouTube. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I'll have to get that fixed. I've got your channel, so I could post them. I could post both your channels there. Let's see here. Let's see. Sci-fi Sif Dan. Okay. Yeah, because I've got you subscribed. Let me take a look at this here.
And Gorilla, your work's hand jobs don't count, okay?
What is he saying? Oh man. All right. Okay. So there is Sci-Fi Sif Dan's original channel that he's here today. So we'll post that. That is here. Make sure you go and subscribe to his channel. He's got some good content there, crossovers with other sci-fi franchises. Yeah, so make sure you guys do that. And Charlotte says hi to Sci-Fi. Good to see you, Charlotte. Always good to see you. And Gorilla says, so floss your teeth with them. And Gorilla, ha ha ha. Yeah, Gorilla is hilarious. Gorilla says, Sif Dan, I guaranteed I got more action the last 3 months than you have. Wow. You're going there, Gorilla? Come on. Dang.
Yeah, and that's why I gave my other comment to him, too.
Wow. Alrighty. Well, I think we should let's shut it down. So first of all, I want to thank Sci-Fi Sif Dan for coming. Remember, he's got some good content. He also has his alternative sorcerer Sif Dan channel as well. He's got 2 channels up, so make sure. And he has you do have that other one linked to your original. Is that correct, Sif Dan? Daniel? You have those 2 linked together?
I could send you a link to another one in the private chat if you want to put it in your chat. I'll put it right here.
Okay. All right, so let me check the private chat. Okay, so there's your sorcerer. All right, so copy the link. And
yeah, I had to shorten the name a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so here is Sci-Fi Sif Dan's Alternative World Sorcerer Dan. That is his second YouTube channel. So make sure you check out both of his channels. It's a very good content there, and he's a very good co-host that helps me out. So on these Saturday weekends. So thank you again, Sif Dan, for being here. And Charlotte says before too much friskiness emerges. Of course. We all get frisky. Yeah, we all have fun. Anyway, so like I said, so just to recap, so next Monday will be the Family Day live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern. All next week, of course, I'll bring back my weekly webcam series of the 4 shows that I cover. And then on the 22nd, next week, we will be covering Star Wars Kenobi. The following week, on March 1st, we'll be covering Star Trek The Requiem, which is the sequel to Renegades, which came out just a few weeks ago, but it originally is from 2017. And then following week, we will go ahead and do the Star Wars fan film that Dan mentioned about the shards of Vader from Star Wars Theory. So yeah, we will take care of that. So that is all coming up. That's at 1 o'clock Eastern every Saturday afternoon. Plenty of time after Resolute Germ finishes his Saturday cartoons, and before Charlotte does some of her podcast and work and watch parties that she does with Twin Peaks, which I do with her, that we watch the Twin Peaks episodes, and those usually come at 4:05 p.m. Eastern for her on those dates on Saturdays and Sundays. So make sure you check out those every other Saturday and Sunday in her channel. And of course, Dan says, "Boy, me and Gorilla going back and forth. The question is, who's more witty, me or him, or are we dead even?" I'll let you two answer that. I will not get involved. I am a neutral observer. Okay, you leave me out of this. You two can do your witty banter back and forth all you want, but I'm just going to remain a neutral observer and just do what I do.
Well, I would say I usually am the aggressor to whom I am.
Yes, yeah, definitely. People laugh at my comments. Well, yeah, but they laugh at Dan too. Ooh, it's snowing again. Yay. Yeah, we're supposed to get 4 feet of snow today, Dan. Yeah. Lots of snow out there.
Gee, Mikey, if you get another 2 feet of snow, then you won't be able to walk in the snow. You're like, gee, I'm only 5 foot something, and now I can't walk in the snow. Or I'll be drowning in the snow.
Who can only walk in... Yeah, but you know who can only walk in snow like that? Cryptids. It's true. It's true. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever, the abominable snowman, whoever you want to call him, can walk in conditions like that. You don't think they exist? They do exist. They're out there.
Yeah, well, I call him Gorilla's uncle or brother.
Yeah, exactly. His ancient uncle or brother. Exactly. So let's say a prayer real quick. So, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, thank you for this wonderful thing we call social media. We appreciate Sif Dan and our friends in the chat today that have come to be with us. And, of course, we always pray for the people in our family, our continuing growing community of subscribers who are going through hard times right now, such as our brother Jay in Louisiana and our brother Larry over there in Arizona and California. And we pray for everybody here. We hope that everybody and their families continue to have good lives, work and play and everything else that you got going on. And we always ask, our Father, and we ask our Father God and his Son, Jesus Christ, and the Blessed Holy Spirit, and of course, Jesus' mother, the Blessed Virgin Mary, and our two patron saints, Saint Suzanne and Saint Michael the Archangel, defender of heaven, who sent the evil devil and his minions into hell. We ask for every one of them to pray for us. And so with that, we ask, Lord, for your patience and wisdom every day of our lives. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. And thank you, everyone, for being here. And sit down. Don't make me call immigration on your butt. He's pulling a trump card. Ooh.
Don't worry. I have a witty comment back at him just now.
And Charlotte says, I love sci-fi and guerrilla chemistry. And she says, I hope you all are all right all the time. Thank you. We hope you are too, Charlotte. And Kimmy Kim and everybody. And Larry says, always be yourself. Yes, that is a great line, Larry, all the time. And Dan says, Gorilla, nah, I'll hire a zookeeper to come get you. Better use a tranquilizer gun. You're gonna have to use a big enough one to knock him out. Well, you asked for it. Amen, Charlotte says to Larry. Big hugs. Okay, so let's thank this guy for running things today. Good luck with that. Anchorman, Mr. Scott, thank you, Anchorman, for being here. We will see you next week for Star Wars Kenobi. Hakeem, it's always a pleasure for you to be here Thank you so much for the continuous support of our channel. You're awesome. Thank you again. Make sure you check out Akeem's channel as well. Check out Anchorman's channel. Please make sure you're all checking out Charlotte Nightstar, the Werewolf's channel. Woo! Make sure you check her out. Also, Gorilla's Censored Thoughts. He has some great content. He does Walton's on Fridays. He does his Cigar Lounge on Tuesdays. He does his Cinema Sunday on Sundays. Sometimes he'll do some watch parties on Thursdays. He has some Angel Films, I believe he's calling it, that's coming out. So make sure that you check that out. He's got some good stuff there. Also, Be Yourself Adventures. Larry has some wonderful content. Make sure you always check out his channel. Like I said, he travels all over a couple states, Arizona, California, New Mexico. He does some great content, and he's going to be doing that awesome trip up Route 66. So make sure you all get a chance to see that. Also, Travel with Lisa. She has wonderful content there in the UK. She's taken some great video of Buckingham Palace, among other items and other areas. So make sure you check her out and her channel, and make sure that you check out if we get a chance to do a live stream, either myself or Larry before me in March and us in May this year. Make sure you check it out, because we want to especially mention Lisa, because she's such a great supporter of our channels, both. Everyone that's here. Kimmy Kibb, who's also from the UK. She's a great supporter of Charlotte Nightstar's channel. She always helps us out in co-hosting, watch parties, and the podcast. So make sure you check that out as well. She also has a beautiful family, including Scarlett, who helps us out every once in a while, her daughter. So, yeah, much appreciated. And there is, of course, one of our best friends, Charlotte Nightstar, the Werewolf. She has fantastic content. Like I said, she does her own videos that she shoots, like she does, a Suno video, things that Gorilla does. And she writes her own lyrics, and she's a songwriter. She also plays a few instruments, and she is the silent hostess with the mostest. So make sure you check her out all the time. And there is Larry again. Thank you, Larry. And Sci-Fi Sit-Down. Sci-Fi Sit-Down's got 2 channels. Remember, check him out. He's got some crossovers. He does anime watch parties. Make sure you're there for him. Also, there's the 2 channels I mentioned for him. And and then that was Larry's channel. So make sure we're all there for that. Okay, and let's see. All right, and then Sit-Down, yep, we mentioned that. And Gorilla, and he said that, she said that, she said that, he said that. He said that, and I added a thing with a stun gun and a tranquilizer. There is hugs for Larry to Charlotte. And Charlotte says, bye, you lovely family. Stay safe and have a great weekend and upcoming week. You too, Miss Charlotte. Take care of yourself. Much love to you, hon. Kimmy! Love, 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 Kimmy. And Lisa says, take care all. And Sci-Fi Sit-Down says, yep, don't forget to leave a like and a sub. Let's get me to 250, me and Suzanne, for him to crack open a beer to celebrate. Well, I'll crack open something. It may not be a beer, but it'll be something.
I was going to say champagne, but I have no idea how.
I don't think I can handle champagne, but we do have that. What do they call it? The kind that stands in for like champagne. It's kind of
apple cider.
Canada Dry. Yeah. She has that. We can get that. We can crack that open when we do reach the 250 mark and we do a live stream for all 250 subscribers. And I would love for you to be there, Sit-Down. I hope you'll be a part of that when it happens. That'd be most appreciated. Larry says, travel with Lisa, you as well. And Gorilla, I don't know why you keep getting censored. Blame YouTube. Don't blame me. Travel Lisa says, love to Larry. And Larry says, love to Lisa. Okay. So thank you everyone for being here. As always, we like to say here at MikeySuzeFour, always be yourself. We like to borrow from Larry there, which is a great phrase. I also like to borrow from my beautiful wife who says, leave everything in God's hands. It's a great piece of advice. And for myself, I always say for our channel, always expect the unexpected, everybody. That's what we always expect. And of course, don't forget that guy, that used to do Siskel and Ebert at the movies, Mr. Gene Siskel, rest in peace, who always said the aisle is now closed, and he was the best one of the two guys, and somehow, some way, Ebert's still breathing. Why is that fair? You tell me. I don't know. That's just not fair to me. But anyway, take care, everyone, and again, peace from MikeySuzeFour. And I want to say again, thank you very much, Sci-Fi Sifdan, for helping me out and co-hosting the show today. And next week, we will see you guys at, weekly webcam with Red Dwarf Monday. And, of course, the Family Day stream. And then, of course, next Saturday, we will be doing Star Wars fan film known as Simply Kenobi. So until then, take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. God bless.
Good night, everyone, or good day, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Hey, show yourself and say goodbye. Go ahead. Show
good
yourself.
Good day, everyone. Hello.
There you are. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. And love to you, Charlotte. Love and peace.